What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about Mario Kart World. It's about time we do a little bit of a positive video. I need it. You might need it. Maybe you don't, but I definitely need it more than anybody else. Look, this game looks awesome, and that's really going to be the theme of this video. This was one of several things that I was hoping to see, and we never really got the other things. I wanted Final Fantasy IX. I wanted, a Hail Mary type play of Persona 6. I thought there would maybe be a teaser for like Animal Crossing or a 3D Mario. We never actually got. I just remember that right now. We didn't even get a 3D Mario. But I do think a lot of these things are still coming. I'm not going to get too upset about it. This was the main one, right? This was something that we knew ever since that kind of sizzle reel type thing announcing the Switch 2. It turned out to be like the main thing of the entire show, but it was definitely worth it because, oh my dear God, this thing looks awesome. It really does. Expanding the player count, keeping kind of the core. Obviously, like you can't change up the formula of Mario Kart too much, right? And I mean, you look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, at just the unreal success that game has been, right? You're not gonna deviate too much from that. So you still have your classics. You still, a lot of these maps, some of which I think were even named because they went through some of the different challenges that you can do. Some of them I feel like we don't know yet. Hopefully they kept a couple, under lock so we kind of get surprised when it comes out. We know there's another direct type situation, I believe on April 17th, where they're going to be showing us more of this game. Can't wait for that. But you get different power-ups. You get really the world part of this, which I will say, when they announce world and when you hear, oh, you can drive off map and all that stuff, I get a little concerned because it's like, Mario Kart and what made 8 so popular, what's made Mario Kart, I think, just in general, are the races. Let's be real, are the actual races. So the idea of the free roaming part, I'm definitely interested in. I will be participating in the free roaming. I just wonder, and I hope that's actually what the second direct, will kind of explain a little bit more. Like, because in this presentation, it was only 4.5, 5 minutes long. They didn't really go into detail of why you would want to free roam, but they did say, like, going off the beaten path and finding like different new things that are not part of the actual tracks. Okay, like, is there, like, what kind of stuff can you do? Can you maybe unlock characters that way? Can you find skins? I feel like you're going to have to kind of tie customization and some of those unlocks to the free roam, to the open world, to kind of make you do it, where, hey, if you go here or there or wherever and you unlock something, that's the only place you can actually do it. Besides that part, though, I do think the off the track type situation does sound like one of the more promising, and obviously one of kind of like the reinvention type things that they're doing here. They mentioned it, and I don't really think they showed it much. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and again, maybe they'll talk about it more in a few weeks. They talked about that one mode where you have to finish above like a certain place, right? So you could be like in the top 8 or top 7, and if you're past that, I think they were like number 11 or whatever. If you're past that, you get cut off, right? You get eliminated, and it's basically a race like through a section of that world. And they said almost like a throwaway line at one point where they said, you're not going to want to like disengage or like, take a nap or something in between races, because part of the race is the in between from one map to another map. So it's like you're going to have these circuits, you'll have these, themed levels, and then some of these Grand Prix and stuff of the world are actually going to be obviously combining them, but it's also going to be how you get from one to the next, to the next, to the next, right? And that's part of the race as well. That sounds really cool. So in terms of, again, making it world, right? Making it that bigger, and it's not just like individual levels, which, by the way, it could have kept that and been totally fine. I think if you just gave us like 20 new maps, which, I mean, they've already done in different kind of ways through Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, through like, repurposing maps, I think that actually would have been fine. I think people just want to play slightly different looks of these characters, a different kind of look at the cast just in general, take some people out, put some people in, throw out some new levels, and call it good. I think people would have paid for that, including myself. The world part, again, the free roaming thing, I kind of need to maybe be sold on that a little bit more. But just playing the individual levels, they all look great. They all look like a blast. Again, the power-ups, the new power-ups, the different power-ups look really cool. But then also, the other part of the world where it's more about that exploration or more about the in-between versus just those levels, that really kind of popped for me as well. So, and this is a I think I said this in a different video, like, this is the system seller. And I think it is, honestly. Like, if there's anything I will give them still to this moment in time, after a lot of today has actually come in as disappointing through a lot of the stuff we've already talked about, this game stands out. A couple other games stand out, but this game stands out. And this is, like, I mean, I believe it's only releasing on Switch 2. So, like, this is it. This is the game that comes out launch day. There'll be, I think, a lot of third-party games at launch, but I believe this is it in terms of first-party at launch, or at least the big first-party at launch. I imagine Metroid comes out later. Donkey Kong, I believe, comes out in July. So, like, this is all you get for, like, the first month. And by the way, for, like, $80 to $90, this is all most people will be able to afford for the first month, including myself. Play this game. I mean, get your money's worth. Play this game for, like, 4 months straight, and you probably will get your money's worth. But this does look like a system seller. Like, I can see this thing selling tens of millions of copies. I 1,000% believe that's probably going to happen. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.